This is my second attempt at this video because the first time I ran out of space on my phone. So I had to delete a whole bunch of other videos to make room for this. Anyway, I have taken a bit of a break. Lots happened in the world. A lot's happened in my country. I'm not going to really talk about it, but if you obviously just turn on the news, you'll see Sydney, Australia, Bondi. It was hard to be online, like it's a devastating thing to happen, and it's also, it opens, turns the rock upside down to see how kind of unfair and racist Australians can be. And it's hard to be online when people are having, their day on the comments typing, oh, this is who should blah, 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 and all that. It's hard to see, So I just decided to just take a bit of a break, even though I was still online, I was still seeing that stuff. It was, spending more time just hanging around. Anyway, I haven't made a video in a bit, so I can't really remember what I updated you on. The main thing is I finished my 50 books challenge. Not happy, really, because I kind of just slammed out a few very short novels towards the end and a whole bunch of poetry books just to get it done. But I'm done. I'm happy it's done. Proud of myself that I read so many. If I take away the short books, the short novels, and the 10, 20 page articles that certain writers that I admire had written, I probably read close to 30 to 40 books, which is pretty big for me. Yeah, so it's done. I'm excited to start 2026 and start reading the books I want to read without the pressure of a list or pressure of an amount of books per year, I think is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what to start with. It'll probably be Moby Dick because I'm quite excited to start with that. And then, there's a whole bunch of other big books that I've got, and I wouldn't mind kind of doing a read along with some people to see if we decide by, okay, let's say March we should have read this many pages or something, something like that would be fun, where we can all discuss kind of where we are in the book and what we think and the writing and etc. But small update, it's not gonna be a long video because I don't really have a lot to say, but recent pickups, Paul Auster, Leviathan. I mentioned I read it. I'm pretty sure I mentioned I read it. I bought a copy of it. It finally came. It's very nice. Picture of him. Incredible book. Super cool. Book's basically about this writer who his, 30, 40-year-old friend of 20, 30 years disappears for a little bit, and then they find that he has blown himself up in a terrorist attack. And it's the writer going through his memory and trying to tell the story of his friend and figure out where everything kind of went wrong for him. And it was very good. Really enjoyed it. Paul Auster has an incredible way of writing that makes you feel like it's actually real. There was points in time where it was hard to discern if it was a biography or not. So I had to Google if this has actually happened to him, but it completely made up. That's how good his writing is. That's that good. Not sure if I mentioned, but I got Ulysses by James Joyce. Never read it. I liked the cover. I will read this one day. I'm not sure when, but I will. Christmas pickups. I got Swan's Way by Marcel Proust. Sorry. This is the first book in what is been regarded as the biggest novel in history. It's 4,000 pages or something, and this is book one, or volume one, sorry, or part one, whatever you want. I got that, so I mentioned vaguely that I wouldn't mind reading it one day. And more importantly, I got another Cormac McCarthy. I love Cormac McCarthy. I'm a huge fan, like every other white guy my age. I'd never read Sattree. I'm excited to read this. It's kind of semi-autobiographical from what I have remember from reading about Sattree. Set in, I think it's El Paso, which I've never been to. I've been to Texas, but I've never been to El Paso, which I'd like to go. It looks very beautiful. Love Cormac McCarthy. have a big collection of Cormac McCarthy first editions, except for Blood Meridian and All the Pretty Horses. I'm pretty sure are not first editions. The Road is a UK first edition hardcover. But yes, I want to get more first edition McCarthy's, but this and Blood Meridian are the hardest ones to get. But I got a paperback, and I got a book I was waiting for, SCHATTENFROH. Very big, very huge, massive. Look how massive this book is. Absolutely monstrous. It is 1,000 pages exactly. It is very, very heavy. A lot of the booktuber Twitter people that I follow have ranted and raved about how good this book is. And I had to wait till December for it to be released in Australia, and then I had to wait a couple weeks to get it for Christmas. It was not cheap. I think these are like $100. Very happy to have this. Very excited to read it. Macaroni Books. He was the first one that I saw mention this, and then I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And this book is from Texas as well, as Dallas, Texas, which I've been to. I was there in October last year. Beautiful place. Love Dallas. Super excited to read this. Super, super excited. It's very heavy, very big. I mean, look at it. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else that I've picked up. Everything else has kind of been the same. I haven't really done much. I've just kind of been relaxing a bit this Christmas break. It's been a busy year for me. I finished my training, so I'm no longer an apprentice anymore. I wouldn't call master, I'm qualified. And so that took a lot of my energy and time, a lot of traveling and whatnot. And so I'm very happy to be finished with that. And I can spend a bit more time, relaxing mentally and, not stressing a bit so much. Still going to be a very big year, 2026, I think. I want to do some collabs with people, try and get a small group of smaller booktube channels and try and maybe host like a once a month, once a fortnight kind of online chat get together. I think would be fun. I want to up my production quality a little bit. I have a nice camera which I would like to use. It's the camera I use when I travel. It does very nice video. I don't want to do too much like editing and cutting because I think it takes away from the casualness and the directness of this. But I would like to have better video quality, maybe a microphone, because I kind of sometimes don't know what to do. It's easier if I just hold a microphone. And I'd like to have like some kind of visual aspect going on, because sometimes I mention stuff that I don't own or themes and whatnot, and having a photo come up of the book or something said would be really, I think, helpful for people. And I think I really like editing and I'd like to keep practicing that. I think that's about it, really. I really have not been really doing much this Christmas break for me. It's just been a lot of relaxing, a lot of watching YouTube, making music. I've been playing my pedal steel again. Next year's gonna be a big year. Expect some more stuff, more collaborations, more actively online. I think I should be. Shout out to Mike, shout out to the Macaroni Books, shout out to, I can't remember his name, but he goes by the Old Bathtub, which is one of my favorite channels. Shout out to everybody that I watch, shout out to everyone that watches. Thank you guys. It's early days still of this channel, but I think we're making progress, and I think it's going to be bigger and better next year. I just have to get a microphone, I think, was the main one, because using my phone is a bit ridiculous at this point. I've got no space on my phone anymore to do this. But yeah, I think the next update will be me starting Moby Dick, probably. I might start it either today or tomorrow. I'll start, chipping away at that. Either that or one of the other books that I wanted to read. Let me know what you're reading in the comments. I don't really ask people to comment. It feels a bit like YouTubery, like a bit of Logan Paul, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. But, I'm interested to see what everyone else is reading. How about instead of tell me what you're reading and why I should read it, or why I should add it to my want to read list, I think that would be a fun thing to do. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a very happy holidays. I hope you take some time off if you're working. I hope you do nothing. I hope you sit around and be lazy and lethargic and, do all the things that you wanted to do, but also do nothing and rest. Watch TV, watch movies. Watch the movies that you've never seen before. Watch Heat by Michael Mann, which is a great movie. Watch Synecdoche, New York by Charlie Kaufman, which is my favorite movie. I haven't seen any other new movies come out. Marty Supreme kind of looks fun, but it's hard to watch new movies. I find it hard to commit to watching a new movie sometimes. Anyway, thanks, guys. My name is James, and I will see you in the next one.